Let's do what we do. Oh, y'all starting right now? I'm on your account. Welcome to another episode of KUNDAIZ Connection. I'm your host, KUNDAIZ I'm here sitting with our boy Jiv. And today we have a very talented individual with us today. He goes by Dieglo or Dieglo. What you go by?
Both. My name's Diego, but you know my peers, my friends call me Dieglo. That's what I go by on my art.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 22 years old. Yeah.
Really?
I just turned 22.
I don't know. I thought you was like 19 or something. I thought you was like 18 or 22.
Man, just turned 22.
You know you should be. But that's okay. But where you grew up?
I grew up here in Rockville. Yeah, Rockville, Maryland.
This when you was born? You was born
I mean, I was born in like Silver Spring, somewhere around there. Okay. But
you grew up this side.
Immediately, we moved down to Rockville.
That's alright. That's alright.
Came to school out here, elementary school, middle school, high school.
You went to all that?
Yeah. I grew up. Everybody. Like I was born and raised in Twinbrook.
Okay. Playing sports?
Fuck no, I suck at sports. I like playing basketball, but like. I get bullied on my team. So.
Oh no!
So that like not.
Did you get bullied growing up and shit?
Not like yes, like no. Like I was always a little bit more extra than other kids.
I'm right there with you.
I was like a class clown and shit. Right. But like I sucked at sports. Like,
so alright.
If there's a sport like that you could play, what would you play?
Dog. See, that's another thing. Like I like doing everything by myself. I don't like people depending on me. So it's just like any sport that involves like a team. It's not like it's don't get me wrong. It's not for me, but I just hate I hate to like people. Yeah, like I don't like that. I feel that. So
that goes to show in your artwork too, a lot for sure. Because I see it like you do a lot of collabs, but the collabs are along the line of you doing your part and then passing it on.
Yeah, no, it's very. I've only done maybe one or two collabs with another artist that we're like hand in hand going back and forth. That like the way that I usually go for collabs is like I'll give you a piece that I see 30 or 50% done, and then you finish it off, and or vice versa. Someone gives me a piece that hasn't been completed, and then.
If you could collab with anybody right now, who would you collab with? Could be a Maryland ass nigga or just like a big corporation, whatever.
For real? Damn, that's a good question.
Besides Reed's Palace, you know what I'm saying?
If I had to collab with anyone in particular right now, it would probably be George Kondo. Like.
He's hard.
Yeah, George is OC, and he has the most simple, crazy, wild, like large paintings.
I can see
solid colors. So like me being someone that needs every single spot filled up.
Right.
Like, I could see a collab like that, but. Homie's old as shit. That's a
he got OG. I don't know. Does he still make stuff?
Yeah. He actually. I just went to his exhibit in New York last week.
Okay.
And he.
How was that?
It was incredible. Those pieces, ginormous. You're like bigger than this wall and shit. And it was just like huge canvases. Like there was one room that it was just 3 canvases and. I kid you not, each one was like.
So that experience was expensive.
Yeah, of course, man. It's just like he's like an old head. Like he's actually
you learning
bread.
He's like 60.
Yeah, he's definitely around like 50, 60, somewhere around there. But that being said, man, he's an inspiration. Like his thought process, like I've seen interviews to like how his mind breaks down when he's creating. But yeah, man, it was. It's up until January 7th. So if y'all can check it out, man. It's free too.
It's free. Dang. In New York? Where in New York?
It's in Manhattan. It's So I don't know.
I'll definitely have the information up at the end of the show. Yeah, but going back, what did your love for art start?
It was ever since I was a kid, man. Like you know, I was always a bad student. You know, I didn't like, you know, I didn't like paying attention. I didn't like, you know, participating, all that shit. But even if you look at like cause my mom, she's like holds like folders that I had in like first or second grade, and you'll see that a lot of my homework has doodles in it. So it has doodles. It has, you know, little characters that I draw, and they're the same exact characters that I draw now as like an adult.
Right.
But even that, like, you know, I always like drawing. I like to write my own stories, and, you know, have like 5 paragraphs, just like a whole weird ass little story, and then I'll do an illustration for it. And
you ever try to say you got ADHD and stuff, or?
So back then, so we had a talk. The school sent my doctor a note talking about, like, you know, how they wanted to check me on that side. But I remember that my mom straight up asked me. She was just like, "Yo, like this is something that's completely aside from, you know, like your normal checkup. Do you really want to check it out, or do you think that you'll be better in school?" And at the time, I genuinely thought, I was just like, "Oh, you know, it may just be me, you know, being too much of a talkative person. So let me just try to, you know, not make anything hard on my parents. Like, let me just try to calm down." And yeah, man, we just ignored that. Like, I ignored that. And first time I tried Adderall, I kid you not, it was one of the best feelings ever. I was like, I kid you not, and like, I took it for like an exam and shit. Right. But even...
You were in high school at the time? Or?
Yeah, I was in high school. I think I was in like 11th grade when I tried Adderall.
And where'd you go to high school?
Richmond, Montgomery.
Where?
Yeah. Okay. So...
RM?
RM.
I don't know.
But yeah, man, I tried it, and you know, I was able to finish my exam, but I realized that, you know, they give you like just like a white sheet of paper to just, you know, write notes.
Scrap paper.
Scrap paper, yeah.
He was still doing.
And yo, I would draw on that shit, and I kid you not, like my brain on Adderall, like being able to draw, cause like I don't give a fuck about the Scantron, like, to be honest with you. But like at the time, like, you know, I just draw on that little like scrap paper, and, you know, that's when I was like, oh shit, like this.
I got a question. Would it blow you when they made you turn it in?
Yeah. There's like,
cause I remember I used to be on the scrap paper too, and then they'd be like, you gotta turn it in with your exam and shit. What the fuck? Nigga, I just Picasso this motherfucker. You want
even to this day, I think I still have like a few like scrap papers that I like folded up in my pocket.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I keep a lot of like old work.
That's dope.
Like this.
Are you an organized person, or
fuck? Hell no. I have in my shed. I have 3 paper Trader Joe's bags. Like, I kid you not, like stacked with like, you know, regardless whether it's cover art or doodles, but anything that's just like strictly paper. You know, it's in. I have 3 full Trader Joe's bags.
And how do you keep yourself organized then? Or do you have other people for that?
So recently, the team's getting larger, so, you know, I'm getting a little bit more help with that. But the way I do it at home, you know, I try to keep myself organized, but I have a tray, or not a tray, but like a divider kind of thing in my room, and anything that's in that box that's completed would be under. Anything that's incomplete is at the top.
Word.
So for instance, right now at the top I have like Adobo's cover art or Adobo's flyer and shit. But I haven't finished
Shout out Walter.
Hell yeah, it's broken up with Pedro Walter. But yeah, that being said, like, you know, I have that, and then at the bottom I have, you know, I just did some cover for Lobby not too long ago. So
Lobby stuff.
You know, all that. Yeah, man, that's the whole team, man.
So let me ask you this: within your sector of art, like, cause you do mainly visual art. How is it tied with visual art with the music side of it? How do you do that?
So, if anything, the music side is what gave me my, you know, my head start, my push. Because you know, straight out of high school, I practiced art. I did it. But it was more of just like, you know, playing around with it, having fun. And you know, my friends were actually like, yo, like, you know, I'm about to drop this album, you know, like, can you make the cover for me? And I'd be like, yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, I've never done a cover before. Like, you know, regardless of, you know, I don't care about that, you know, what type of music you make or, you know, how
you just happy to be
I was like, yo, music though, like I was like, yo, send me the album, and like, you know, they'd send me like the shit before it.
You like have to feel it first before like, okay.
Yeah, so I hear it out, I'd listen to the lyrics, sometimes if they had a popular song, I'd go, you know, because sometimes albums have like particular one songs that are like the whole album is.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, no, depending on, you know, whoever the artist was, they have me listen to it. I'd get a feel of it, and then after that, you know, I'd you know, make whatever came to mind.
Okay.
And but yeah, like I said, man, that gave me a big push. If anything, a lot of my friends, you know, fans and clientele and all that shit, you know, kind of jumped on me too, because it's just like, you know,
nigga, you a hot commodity, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
it's just like,
bro, niggas wanna fuck with you, bro. It's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So it was cool, man. It was just like, you know, I'm out here doing free covers for my friends and shit, and you know, their fans are, let's say, Baltimore per se.
Right.
So then there's like, you know, some other Baltimore artists that are just like, yo, I need some cover.
That's tough.
So like, you know, that's where I actually get my real pricing and, you know, shit like that.
That's crazy, man.
So
when did you know like this is like what you want to do and that you're good at this?
I had a talk with my mom, basically, and my mom, she, like I said, she's always been both like my mom, my father.
You told me about how y'all relationship.
Yeah, even my brother, my brother would fucking leave the house and he'd go like spray paint the back of like gas stations. It's, like we all have some sort of art. Like my dad fucked around with clay. My dad loves clay, and
even your like cousins and stuff.
Yeah,
it's in your blood pretty much.
Yeah.
It's safe to say.
Yeah, it really is, man. And you know, like I said, I had a talk with my mom, and basically I had a show one day, and like I think we had like 120 people come, and it was a nice time. That was one of the first shows.
Was that the French? Was that one or
no? This one was at the fucking Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, so the second one.
Yeah, the second one.
Word.
And yeah, after the show, you know, I had to talk to my mom, and you know, she'd see me spending money on paintings and canvas and this and that, and you know, she'd ask me like, yo, like, are you making money off of this? Like, she'd see me like painting shirts, and she thought it was like so
just
like
too for fun.
Yeah, she was just like, you know, like, why don't you go get a job or something? And you know, once you started seeing that, you know, people are actually very consistent with it, you know, with the buying, with, you know, especially when the shows come out, like, you know, it's always a good come out. And yeah, man, I was able to, you know, kind of talk to her and tell her like, yo, this is what I'm good at. This is like look at my turnout, like, all this stuff. Like, you know, it was to her, it was just like yo, like, you know, you're not lying to me either. Like, you're doing well.
What you want to do?
And she see me, you know, cash out on selling like a good painting, and you know, coming back home with like a nice check, and like, Ma, like, what are we going to eat tonight, right? Like that. So that's a beautiful feeling, man. So it's just like it freaks her out like any other mother, like just because it's not, you know, it's not consistent.
It's not stable,
but the fact that, you know, I'm giving this my all, right? I'm talking about, you know, I try to keep my consistency as you know, as fast as possible. So her seeing that, you know, it doesn't bother her, because, you know, I get to pay my bills, you know, I get to you know, help her out with, you know, some shit for the house, groceries, this and that. So
contribute.
Yeah,
you know.
And from the outside looking in, like, this is just me giving you the roses, bro. Like, I see you, bro.
Yeah,
it's working, man. Great song.
I definitely fuck with it. What really like struck me was when we had the youth club shoot. Remember, I was I'm in the gym with Christian, Larry, and ATV, and they were saying, oh yeah, Diego's doing paintings for the backdrops for the set, doing the props for the set. I was like, oh wow, word. I didn't see anything until like I only seen the one jump, the little one that just said youth, and then I seen the one that had the blue figure on it. I was like, yo, this is crazy, yo. I'm like, how long does it take to like create, like, let's say like a 5-foot canvas?
So I'm like really weird on how I work. So whenever I work on a painting, I'm never working on one painting at a time.
And don't say you're weird. You in your zone. I
get that. Nah, you're right.
Because everybody is in their element, you know, when they work.
But when I work, I particularly like to work with at least 4 to 5 canvases at once.
Okay.
Because I don't want to just give one my full attention. So per se, like I'll have a little canvas where I have my paint. So while I'm mixing my paint and shit, like I'm actually working on another canvas.
Okay.
So let's say I give this one red, I'll go to another canvas right next to it and I'll wipe my brush on that canvas. And then, so then I'll go to the last canvas and I'll be like, okay, well, I have a little bit left to wipe, like, this is where I'll dip it in water, finish it off, and then, I'll add more paint to the little canvas.
So you're like all over the place.
Yeah. And then when my little, like my little panel for my paint panel and shit, like when that dries, obviously, I add detail to that.
I mean, you have a pretty interesting creative
process.
That's dope.
Dope. Yeah, that's dope.
I mean, that's how it
keeps
like
going,
you just back and forth.
And you come out with a lot of stuff, so that makes actually complete sense.
Yeah, bro. Nah, it's because it's just like I wish I could tell you that I have the thought process to be able to work on a painting night of, finish it up, and I can't. Like it's just like. Something in me is gonna say like I lost energy for this, like the fact that this is my entire focus right now, like I don't want to play around with it anymore, like I'll finish it up later.
So your turnover rate is very slow then basically.
Yeah. So
I mean, like when you're dealing with clients, how
so I try to tell clients all the time, I'm like, like anything that has to do with custom work takes up to 2 weeks. Depending on who it is, sometimes it'll take more than 2 weeks.
Right.
But for the most part, usually turnaround time is 2 weeks. Because I will attack the painting more than once.
That's actually quick as heck though.
Yeah. So
that's quick as heck.
Some people say like a month.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the turnaround time is like a month.
Yeah. But like I said, it literally depends on what I'm doing too.
Because you have your own life as well. Like you have other things to take care of. I'm pretty sure.
Fuck no, man. I mean,
handed.
Handed.
Like, bro. Let's get into that, bro. Like, how did that start? Why did you want to get into like other
blankets? I forgot. I keep forgetting.
Man, we sold out the blanket.
Man.
Don't worry about it.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna restock a different.
What with the pillows? I see you posting pillows today too. I was like,
yeah. So the pillows actually, I'm not gonna lie. Just because I'm going on my trip, I was like, yo, let me just knock a few out. I was gonna like we have like a whole video concept release for them. I've been I'm gonna just say it now, man. I'm dropping a teddy bear.
Yeah, I was about to.
I'm dropping a teddy bear, bro. That joint coming next week, bro.
That's right.
One-on-one. Yeah.
That's why I've been doing the Stitches shit lately. The teddy bear's name is Stitches. He's a 30 feet tall.
It's crazy too.
Or 30 inches tall teddy bear, and he got different like. So basically, all these stitches, like he got like a red patch, a blue patch, like it's just a whole bunch of different colors all over him.
I'm definitely excited.
And if you were really paying attention to this man's page, you already saw it. But if not,
I remember
you're too late.
The crazy part is I was seeing glimpses, like pieces of stitchings all over the place, but I was like, you know what? It's calm.
You just made this?
Yeah, I did. Dog, it says DIEGLO on this foot, like the way I write.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
How many you gonna be like made?
I just made one.
For
him. I made one for myself.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. I was like, dang, teddy bear levels to it.
But that being said, with the pillows and shit, so we had like a whole concept that I was gonna drop. I rush these things. Like I should be more. Like it'd be nicer to introduce, the blanket with the pillows and the teddy bear.
No,
but me being impatient, and I'm like, yo, I already got the blanket. Like I still need to wait a few more weeks for the pillows and like more than a month for the fucking teddy bear.
But it's getting done on the end.
Yeah.
That's all that's important.
But I'm finally done with that full, kind of room collection, like living room collection. So now I don't know if I'm gonna aim towards like cars or bathroom or kitchen.
We got a lot of shit, man. Just all of us, just all three of us.
Of course.
And even like people watching this too, I'm sure.
Yeah, bro.
We gain a lot of inspiration.
I definitely want the blanket and the pillows and the teddy bear. If you ever start creating small ones.
I think depending on how how the first run goes with the teddy bear. I'll see what I do with it because
go forward from there.
yeah, he comes with a birth certificate and everything.
Oh shit,
That's hard, bro.
I'm excited for him, man. Like,
I mean, I appreciate you sliding through, G.
no, of course,
Man, this was a dope sit down. You're a very interesting person. Like,
Thank you, bro.
your creative process, that's still like sick. I'm just picturing, I'm like, it's gonna be all over the room.
Right,
like
yeah,
that,
bro.
And then the way it comes out, it's like, it's definitely dope, man. You know, I'm glad you came through.
No, of course,
You shared this information. This fluffy shit.
It's a teddy bear talking.
But that's pretty much it on my end. Really, anything else you have?
That's it, man. Like you said, I appreciate you coming through.
Thank y'all for having
We
me.
definitely got some stuff coming.
Of course,
You know what I'm saying? Where can they
What's next for Diego?
Next for Diego,
Besides the teddy bear.
besides the teddy bear, tomorrow I leave to Miami for Art Basel. Yeah, man. Catch me at that Juxtapose show.
Okay.
I'm excited for that, bro.
What days?
The 4th through the 8th. If I'm not wrong. 4th through the 8th.
And how can people contact you?
Social media. My handle is Dearest Dieglo because I am the dearest.
Thanks, ass.
Yeah, I have like a.
I love it, though.
I have like a Finsta, and it's a darnest Dieglo.
It's
It's like a dearest and darnest.
Nah, that's how
Yeah,
you,
bro.
Two sides.
Hell yeah.
You know, where can they get merch?
Yes, AintShanded.com. AintShanded.com.
Paintings on there as
Grab
well.
that.
Yes, paintings.
Go grab that and make sure you keep in tune. Diego, you guys are tuned into another episode of KUNDAIZ Connection. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
And good evening. All that there. We out of this.
I can't even do that
Hey, that was dope.
already.
I saw the
Hey, that's the best.
I like that one.